In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 short licks that, if played out of context, sound pretty self-gratifying. They're pretty technical. They don't really speak much musically, which is kind of the opposite of what this channel is about. But sometimes letting loose is a good thing. So these 5 licks, if used properly, can really inject into your phrasing something a little exciting. And that's what it's about. Economy picking licks that are exciting and that can inject some cool flavor into your leads. That's coming up. Hello, my name is David Wallerman. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players find their voice on the instrument, develop that voice to tell their own personal musical story. And today we have 5 economy picking licks that are right here on this sheet of paper that you can download for free. You can get the tabs in PDF. You can also get them in Guitar Pro format. And of course, this backing track that I'm jamming over. Single chord backing track, an E Dorian vamp. And that's what we're going to use to start building our licks. All right, all these licks are in E Dorian and they use economy picking. Lick number 1. All right, this first lick that I demonstrated for you in 16th notes, 4 notes per beat, can be played at a faster tempo if you want. But we're going to do it at 16th notes here. And it's all based on that first position of an E minor pentatonic, E Dorian, and we're also going to throw in there the blue notes, right? The note between the 4th and the 5th. The important thing in this lick is the transition. At some point, we're going to break the economy picking. So I guess I should talk to you a little bit about economy picking. What is economy picking? Let me show you here in the close-up. Economy picking is, for those of you who don't know, a combination of alternate picking, where on a single string, I'm always doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But when I am transitioning from one string to the next, for example, from the 3rd string to the 2nd string, I will do a continuous movement. So just a continuous downstroke, just like sweeping, right? Exactly the same thing. So it needs to be kind of a calculated effort so that you start your direction of alternate picking in the right direction. And for this, in order for things to work, you need to start with a downstroke, because then if you follow the tabs, which should be on the screen, you will have down, up, down, down. That's the sweeping part. So down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up. Right there. And it all follows the flow like that. There's an exception here when we are reaching that 3rd string, 15th fret, with an upstroke, then 14 down, 12 up. Then we're going to do a slide here. We're not going to pick that note so that we can continue and with a down movement here. So we've got up, slide, down. And then we can continue that flow of notes. This note right here that I'm playing on the 2nd string, 11th fret, that is the blue note. So it's basically adding that blue note in places that you're maybe not expecting it. Here's the full lick slowly. And we're ending on that characteristic note of the Dorian mode. Here it is in context of this backing track that again you can get below. We're going to do 16th notes, so taka 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 taka. Here's the full lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the first lick. Another very short lick here. Again, you can speed this up if you want. And I told you, out of context, they're not that great. But if injected into a full musical speech, they just add a little bit of excitement. They're almost like automatic things you can throw in to your lead so that you can relax your mental as you're relying on your fingers to do those kind of licks and focus on what will come next. So it's almost like you're giving your mental a break before you get back into it. All right, so again, pure economy picking here. The only difficulty here is towards the end. It's a fingering thing. Let me show you the close-up here. at the end, I'm doing this thing where I'm going from the 12th fret of the second string to the 14th fret, and then I am playing the first string 17th fret. In order to play this smoothly, the index finger needs to be playing these two notes. So you got the index with an upstroke on 12, and then this needs to be simultaneous, you've got to go with your index to the 14th fret and play that downstroke so that you can end with that sweeping movement here across strings 2 and 1. So you might want to just isolate that and play that. And the reason we're doing that instead of, which you could do this, but I feel that if you are, in other words, you could use index, ring, and pinky here, but I think if you use the index and index again, then your index is in the right position to start playing some phrases in that second position of E Dorian. Something like that. So in context, you're phrasing. See, now I'm in that second position. So that's what I have for you for that second lick. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so that's lick number 3. Lick number 3 is very similar to the previous one, except that instead of going from position 1 to position 2, we are going from position 1 to position 5. So on the left side from your perspective. So it's the same kind of thing. Remember where you use the index finger on 2 notes across 2 positions? We're doing the same thing, but this time the index, instead of going right, is going left. Besides that, everything is pure economy picking. Here's a close-up of that lick. We're starting on the first string here. You saw the movement in my right hand, right? There was just a combination, pure combination of economy picking and sweeping. There was no slides in there, no hammer-ons or pull-offs. Everything is super smooth. If I play this a little bit faster, you'll see the transition. Something like that. The movement is really fluid, and that's for that particular lick. Remember that these licks isolated really don't sound that great. They're just things that you inject into your playing. Keep that in mind, really. It's really important. All right, let's move on to lick number 4. I love this lick. Not only is it short, it's also pretty easy to play. And it just sounds good because of the notes that are targeted. I think it's a very musical lick. Here, again, we don't have any weird thing as far as the economy picking technique goes. It's pretty straightforward. There's a little slide here that you may have noticed on the 3rd string. Right here. So you need to end with an upstroke here on the 3rd string, 12th fret. Do that slide and then continue that movement to land on the 14th fret of this 5th string, which is the 5th. This lick really works well at any speed. It works well slow, but also a little faster. Oops. I messed up there. That kind of thing, right? And again, you just inject that every once in a while, and that'll maybe re-engage the listener into what you have to say. If your improvisation was a little static and you want to just draw the listener back in, hey, pay attention here. Here's what I have in context, something maybe like this. So you got your improv. That kind of thing. Hopefully that is useful to you, and that it was lick number 4, and we're going to move on to lick number 5. right, I know what you're thinking. It's a little outside. It was. There was a chromatic passage here. And the reason we're doing that, not only does it really re-engage the listener, but also there's a technicality here that makes this work. Because we're really doing the strict economy picking here. So we're ascending. You can follow the tabs again. They should be on the screen and you can download them. But if I play that slowly, here's a close-up. We are starting with a downstroke. So we've got down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That is outside of our scale, right? But that's okay because we've got up, chromatic, down, up, chromatic, and then we're back in. So that's why we went outside a little bit to make the flow of notes work with the economy picking technique. So again, it's all about context. If I start my improv, I wouldn't start with that notch right away. I would start with something that the listener can relate to, maybe simple minor pentatonic ideas. And so forth, that kind of thing. So it's just an injection thing. That's what these licks are about. Don't build a full improv on these. No, don't do that. Start slow, engage the listener, and then throw at him these different things that might be useful sometimes. If you hated these licks, that's all right. There are more on that channel that are maybe a little more safe for you to use. If you love them, you can get the backing track that I was using here and the tabs. The link is below. The top link is in the description of this video. Just click on that, enter your email address, and I'll be sending you the assets for this lesson right away. And thank you for spending time with me in this video. If you have not subscribed yet, consider doing it because every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a new video comes out helping guitar players around the world find their unique musical personality. This is your pencil. You are the author. The stories don't come from the pencil. They come from the author. We're going to learn how to master this, hopefully, and really craft your own voice on the instrument. Thanks for watching this. See you next time.